There are so many prophecies in the Bible that you don't even really realize are prophecies until you think a little deeper into it. One is Matthew 24:36. Right now we have a date setter. Someone's saying the rapture is going to come. I think it's today, they're saying. We get these every couple years. Jesus, knowing the future, told us that no one knows the day or the hour, specifically prohibiting you, actually, from date setting. He's telling you, do not date set. You do not know the day or the hour. He does say to watch for the signs, but don't try to set the date. So that's an incredible prophecy. And then we can see that all these people throughout history have wanted to set the date. And Jesus, knowing that, said, do not do that. But not only that, it's also telling us and giving us insight into the fact that there is some sort of pre-tribulation rapture, mid-tribulation, or pre-wrath rapture that's going to happen. Because if you're familiar with Daniel chapter 9, 24 through 27, there's a very clear timeline for the end times and the tribulation period. We know that from the time the Antichrist comes forward, we know that there's 3.5 years and then there's 7 years. So the whole event is 7 years, and it's going to be a literal 7 years. And then we know that the Great Tribulation is the last 3.5 years of that. And that's mentioned multiple times in Revelation and in Daniel. It's very clearly laid out. And we saw the first part of a prophecy detailing the end times of 490 years, the first 483 years fulfilled exactly, very literally. So we have to assume that last 7 years is also going to be exact and very literal. So Jesus telling us that tells us that it cannot be a post-trib catching away, because then you would be pretty close to knowing the day or the hour. There's some sort of event that you cannot know the day or the hour to. So Jesus here has a prophecy. And by the way, why would he have to include that if there wasn't a pre-tribulation rapture or a pre-wrath rapture? So there's one or the other there. So Jesus, knowing that these date setters were going to come around, said, don't do it. You do not know. In fact, even in his earthly body, as soon as he was glorified, he knew, but he didn't even know, based when he was in his limited capacity in the human flesh. And the angels didn't know. So he knows now, but he didn't know at that moment. So he's pointing out it's ridiculous for you to think that you know. Your math is wrong. These guys get these whiteboards out and they try to do all this math. Just even trying to do it is disrespectful to Jesus. So have a little reverence, stop trying to date set, and also understand that there's not a post-trib catching away. At any moment he could come, and you could get snatched up. You don't know the day or the hour. You do not know. He will come at a time that you do not expect. People will be marrying and giving in marriage and just living their lives, and all of a sudden, boom, you're caught up to be with the king. So how are you going to be found so doing? What's he going to see you doing when he shows up? He needs to see us producing fruit for the kingdom and trying to reach out here and trying to... The harvest